Welcome back. It's good to have all of you joining us post the lunch break. Thank you all for coming back. Now we're going to move on to our session on implementing an efficient zero liquid discharge approach. Zero liquid discharge system employs the most advanced wastewater treatment technologies to purify and recycle virtually all the wastewater produced, such that no effluent or discharge is left over. As a result, there is more sustainable growth of the industry while meeting the stringent regulatory norms. Of course, there could be high operating costs, which can be justified by high recovery of water, which could be anywhere between 90 to 95%, and recovering of several byproducts as well. In this session, we'll be discussing the challenges and benefits of implementing an efficient zero liquid discharge approach. Please welcome our esteemed speakers who will be speaking on this topic. We have Mr. N. Thevaraja, DGM Ramco Cements, and we have Mr. Vijay Tiwari, Senior Manager of Lanco Group. So I see Mr. Tiwari is with us on stage. Mr. Tiwari, thank you so much for joining us. And we are very excited to hear about your example of zero liquid discharge. Mr. Tiwari, we cannot hear you. Could you turn on your could you check your audio settings, please? Because we can
Hello.
see you, but we cannot hear you.
I audible, madam? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Madam, this is from Lanco and Power Limited. Thanks for the opportunity to share our efforts. Madam, this is we are ISO 9001 2005 and 14001. We have, sir, madam, these award we have, and we have also 5-star, and our chemistry lab is also NABL accredited lab. Overall, so madam, NABL commissioned in 2011. It is a 2 into 600 megawatt power plant. Plant capacity 2 into 600 megawatt. Project started 24th November 2008 and commissioned on 2011.
Mr. Tiwari, we can see your screen. Could you please start your presentation as well? We can't see your presentation. So you will see a button below your frame. It says present to the audience. There is an arrow on the button. If you could press on that arrow, and you'll start your screen sharing, and then you can share your presentation. We can't see your presentation yet. Yes,
now
we can
it
see
is,
your presentation.
I think.
Yes, we can see it. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Madam, our main water supply is Rihand Reservoir. Actually, it is constructed during Sir Madam Jawaharlal Nehru. It's a old dam, and there is a actually in this area we have a so power plant NTPC 5000 megawatt, and SR Power, Sasan, Reliance Power. So these Rihand Reservoir is the main source for the our water. And regarding this water, madam, everyone elaborated this maximum water consumption through the cooling water system. So here, madam, actually LNPL has always been concerned about the natural resources and always try to optimize its consumption without compromising the process parameter. Actually, the various improvement made in the systems help us to reduce the water consumption, which is extended in the following presentation. Actually, I will show this 5 years previous data, we have, madam, 2.6 specific water consumption, which is daily basis we can say 2532 for last 16 17 year, 2007 16 17 years, and we rapidly, madam, hold this water consumption continuous. So we can say this, we have actually 2.55 m cube per megawatt hour. Due to this, madam, actually we have consuming three steps. Increase COC in cooling water. We have actually designed for 5 to 7 COC, but we run the blowdown for 7 to 8 COC actually. So we are reducing since 500 m cube per hour to now only 150 ton per hour per day, and we are using further it in AWRS system. We have 100% recyclable AWRS system, which is situated from the actually 6 to 7 kilometer far from the plant. Actually, with the ratio of 1:4 approx. You know, the cycle of concentrate is the ratio of dissolved solution in the circulating water in the makeup water. So I'm question to everyone, what is the hardness level? Actually, this COC is designed based on the hardness level. So it is very, very important for the our cooling system, which are actually every heat exchanger are depend on that. So you know, the power plant is nothing. It is a consist of the two heat exchanger, boiler and condenser, and third is a turbine. So we are maintaining also parameter as per our CA guideline and as per our SOP manuals. So we maintaining water quality in boiler water, CW water, and our boiler water steam cycle, and another system is triple CW, potable water, and service water. And same we are maintaining in fire water. Actually, fire water cycle is, we have totally closed loop. We are maintaining always pressure up to boiler 200 meter height, up to we are maintaining 8 kg pressure. So there is no leakage in the water system. We have so many types we have implemented in our for AWRS return water. If it is access in to recycle, access water we are using in AHP vacuum pump area seal water system. First, we are using in a bottom as overhead tank to make up the seal water system, which we are previously using fresh raw water. So these are the we maintaining the kind of recycle reusable process. And our drum pump seals water line, we have the consist no leakage in this area. AHP compressor cooling water line diverted from AHP as water sump to clarified tank, which previously it is drained out. So through our modification, we are returning it to clarifier water tank. So we are so many implementation done by our expert engineers in our to reduce the makeup of raw water, and we are recycling actually, or even we are this 8 kilometer distance, we are through the AWRS system, we are recovering water 90 to 100%. Due to and same we have the STP, the domestic sewage generated from the plant as well as residential area are treated in STP, and treated sewage is utilized in green belt area, and same for the our power plant. है ना? Modification we have continue, madam. So I will show one modification which help us to 800 ton per day recycle. I have shown the line diagram for this. This is actually, we have a pre-treatment plant which clarifier have working principle is a zeta potential sludge is settling to the sludge with the help of our coagulant PSE we are using there. For this all drain, sludge drain, we are collecting in a pit, and the remain water we are recycling again to the steeling chamber to maintain our this concept to recycling. Actually, through, if anybody not understand, I will explain this modification, how it help to recycle the water. We have the potable water system parallelly. So this RGF we have. So this RGF required daily basis backwashing. This backwash water we are collecting in same pit and recycle again it to steeling chamber, and remain bottom sludge we are disposing through different line which modified 3 years back. Then it will very useful and help to reduce the raw water makeup daily basis. This is our water balance diagram which will help and to produce the how we are recycling the water. If anybody have any question about this water balancing diagram, I will explain. Next, this is the, I will show in this system losses with the help of the water balancing system. Raw water makeup we are lost 12.72 raw water makeup to CSP 28 ton, clarifier calculator blow down 11, backwash 3 ton. So these losses we are recover through this modification. We have another modification I will explain you in the boiler water. We are boiler water drain which we are fitted with the pump in our SWAS system, which we are recover in triple CW makeup, which is almost daily 10 ton. Means we are saving through the boiler water monthly 300 ton makeup in our real established triple CW system. This is our madam effluent treatment plant. This is we have 300 KLD sewage treatment plant which is located in plant and township area also. It is a capacity of 300 KLD. Man. This is our green belt development around the plant, near clarifier, near ETP, STP, near canteen, near service building, near all around our colony also. We have maintained through this water conservation. We have madam one water conservation system which is run throughout the year. This is actually distance wise it is a 6 kilometer away from the plant AWRS system, which very helpful for the minimize our raw water daily basis. This is our cooling tower area, madam. It is totally completed through our horticulture department, which is really had completely declared green belt area. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tiwari, for your presentation. A good example of best use of all the resources that are available. Thank you so much for your presentation. I will now request Mr. N. Devaraja, DGM Ramco Cements, to please give us his presentation. Mr. Tiwari, I request you to please stop sharing your screen.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Devaraja, we are waiting for Mr. Tiwari to
We are ready.
stop his screen sharing, and then we can start. Yes, just please wait. Mr. Tiwari, you can stop your screen sharing. Can you please stop your screen sharing?
Yes, madam.
Yes. Yes, thank you. We now have Mr. Devaraja, who's ready with his presentation. Mr. Tiwari, I request you to please mute yourself. And to the audience, if there are any questions to Mr. Tiwari or Mr. Devaraja, please raise your hands and you can ask the question after this session. Thank you so much, Mr. Tiwari. I request Mr. Devaraj to please go ahead with his presentation. Mr. Devraj, we can see your screen. Can you please start with your presentation? Can you share your screen?
Yes, ma'am. It is audible.
Yes, we can hear you. And we can see your screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Short.
Please go
I
ahead.
request our GM, power plant head, Mr. Kotravil sir, to explain the PPT.
Sure, sir. Please go ahead.
Hello. Okay. I am Kotravil, GM Power Plant of Ramco Cements RR Nagar branch. Actually, we have taken this competition or whatever, maybe the water optimization award. We are in the category of 500 megawatt power plant. It is a 25 megawatt power plant. It is a captive power plant only. And next slide. Our company profile is simply, I will explain it. Our Ramco Cements Limited is the second largest cement producer in the South India and the sixth largest manufacturer of the cement in the country. So Ramasamy, there are 5 units. Ramasamy Raja near Virudhunagar, it is the first established company of Ramco Cements. Second is Komarasamy Raja Nagar, Jayantipuram, that is in Andhra Pradesh. Alathur, it is Tamil Nadu, and Mathod also in Karnataka. Govindapuram, it's in Ariyalur. There are total 5 plants are there, and total million 17.75 million tons of cement per annum. That is our capacity, full capacity. These are the power plants we are having in the 4 units. First is RR Nagar 25 megawatt and Ariyalur power plant, it is a 66 megawatt. Alathur, it's a 42 megawatt and Jayantipuram 42 megawatt. Totally, we are having thermal power plant 175 megawatt capacity. And thus, this RR Nagar company profile awards, we get a green award 2018 by Tamil Nadu government and green product certified by CAI, best environmental management and CSR award 2019 by ETNO, Green Tech Environmental Energy Excellence Award, Apex India Environmental Excellent Award, 4-star, 5-star rating, and first plant got 5S in JUICE Japan certification in India. First cement plant certified ISO 45000 2018 by VSI in Tamil Nadu. These are the awards and certificates got by our RR Nagar unit. This is ISO certificates, quality management system, environmental management system, occupational health and safety management system, energy management system. All those ISO certificates we got, and we are implementing and regularly monitoring, we are controlling in ISO standards. This is the Green Award presented by our Chief Minister, Mr. Edappadi Palaniswamy, the last 2018 year, in RR Nagar, our plant. Established in the 2012 and consent to operate all water and air pollution system is we are getting it up to March 2022 validity. This is our water management system. The plant, this is the very, very rural area and water scarcity area. There is no water at all in this area. So we have to optimize the water, then only the power plant water consumption and our colony water consumption and raw water consumption, total area, we are controlling it by regularly monitoring and regularly controlling where it is wasting and optimizing. We are doing it everyday basis. So this, I will read it. This plant is situated in the over-exploited zone. Water scarcity is a major concern in our area. Air-cooled condenser system is installed to minimize the water requirement. Because water-cooled condenser we are installing it, the water consumption is very, very high. That's what we gone for a air-cooled condenser system. And utilizing the rainwater stored in the old abandoned mines for the plant operation. And the rainwater also we are storing it and we are keeping in abandoned mines and we are using for the to our plant. This is our water balance diagram. Raw water requirement is 95 meter cube. It is DM. It is coming to source of mines, and we are splitting into the power plant for DM plant operation and cooling tower operation. DM plant is required for the boiler and return we will take back to the condensate, and again we will reuse the DM water. The cooling tower also we are getting, it is wasted and it will go to the effluent pit and we reuse for the our ground development. So what we will do, we are optimizing by reducing the RO water and get the blow down will be reduced. Best water efficient plant. Total water consumption is within the permissible quantity. Our standard is actually 3.5 meter cube per megawatt is MOE norms. But our consumption is only 0.232 meter cube per megawatt only. So we are very much optimization and very much controlling the water consumption in our CPP. So we are achieving 0.232 meter cube per megawatt last year. This is, you take it, this power generation is
Sir, sorry,
1,49,476 megawatt.
I am Vijay Tiwari, sir. Actually, we are. Can you have an air-cooled condenser?
Yeah.
Why this questioning, sir? Water consumption 0.232 MQ per megawatt.
Yeah.
Using air-cooled condenser.
Yeah.
I would request all speakers to please let Mr. Devaraj to finish his presentation and then ask questions. You can note the questions down, you can raise your hand, but let's finish the presentation, then we take questions.
Okay, I will finish it off all slides and then you will ask the questions. Okay.
Yes, sir. Please complete your presentation. Please go ahead.
This is water consumption average every month. The average water consumption for CPP in 2002, 95 KLD. The water requirement is fulfilled by rainwater stored in the abandoned mine pit. These are the average water consumption in KLD. The rainwater harvesting in abandoned mines, we are storing it. The total capacity is 328,680 meter cube. This is our pit, mines pit. Water conservation measures. Captive power plant area, pond number 1. Captive power plant area, pond number 2, township. And we are having 6 pits. We are storing it. The capacity is totally 9,710 meter cube. And recharge pits also, we are having 2 pits and capacity is 22.8 meter cube. This is rainwater harvesting structures. Whenever the rain is coming, we are storing all water collected in the 4 ponds. We are whatever ponds, it is in the colony and outside of the colony and in the factory. So we are storing in the rainwater without wasting the rainwater. This is the rainwater structures we made. Actually, how we are optimizing, earlier the consumption will be, COC of our cooling tower is 5.5. Now we are reduced to the 3.5. How we are going to reduce it means the RO water of our second stage RO water is markup in the cooling water markup. So the TDS will be come down and the COC will be increased. So this is our auxiliary cooling tower. The evaporation loss is 42 meter cube and blowdown loss is 17 meter cube. So what will be, this is the earlier consumption. Afterwards we will put this is the flow diagram of auxiliary cooling tower markup before implementation. That is 59 meter cube and total consumption of water, evaporation loss is 42 and blowdown loss is 17. Total water loss is 59. That time COC is 3.5. The silica level markup water is 40 and the circulating water is 140. This is the 3.5 cycle, 3.5 COC it has come. So afterwards we will mix the RO water. This is the RO water we are implementing. 12 meter cube of RO water, we will add it in the 39 meter cube per day. It will total consumption 51 meter cube. The blowdown loss will be come down to 9 meter cube. So totally we have saved raw water is 9 meter cube. So the silica level has come down to 25 to 140. The COC will be 5.5. So this blowdown loss also it come down to 9. Evaporation loss is constant. So only the raw water consumption comes to 51 instead of 59. 8 meter cube of water cube we have raw water we saved. This is the summary of the before and after. Actually, there are before 59 meter cube it was sent. Now it is coming under 56. Why it is the RO reject is 5 meter cube we have taken into account of producing the 12 meter cube of permit. So only 3 meter cube of raw water per day we are saving. But 3 meter cube also it is a very, very important to our plant due to the scarcity of water in our locality of the plant. So every day 3 meter cube means you can calculate per year, it will comes to more than more. Zero liquid discharge. The wastewater generation from DM plant neutralization pit for equipment cooling purpose in cement plant. We are using the effluent water to the cooling plant of the cement plant. Power plant domestic water about 9 KLD is treated combined STB available in the cement plant and utilized for green belt development. The plant follows zero liquid discharge. There is no discharge in the outside of the effluent. Green belt development we have developed in the 12,000 number of trees in the power plant area using treated STP water. You can see our photographs of our green belt development. This is the groundwater level monitoring by using piezometer. Every month we are taking it. The groundwater level almost we are maintaining in the constant. Up and down, maybe in the summer only it will come down. But always we are maintaining the groundwater level in the area of our plant location. Water conservation under CSR activity. Desilting of village ponds. We have desilted 16 village ponds and conveys and cost of 28.4 lakhs. Removed carvalum trees and cleared water feeding channels to the ponds. These are the areas we have done. These are the CSR activities done by our Ramco Cements, Aranagar. Desilting of village ponds, Amapati East and South Kanmai. This is a photograph before and after. This is a Sangamapatti before and after. This is Tamanaganpatti, Kanmai, Ethilampatti. And environmental sustainable drinking water. These are the, we have got the government permissions. We have installed a RO system in Amapatti Primary Health Center and the benefits of safe and clean water, reduction of waterborne disease. Everything we are contributed to the local villages. Environmental sustainability and drinking water. We have donated funds to establish for borewells. Karbonas, with 3 villages, we have borewells we have installed for local people drinking water purpose. The excellence of our plant. CPP water consumption is 0.32 meter cube, which is very less compared to the standard of 3. Utilizing rainwater stored in the abandoned mines, develop rainwater harvesting measures of the capacity, distilled 16 water ponds of CSR scheme, optimizing 3 KLD of raw water consumption, auxiliary cooling tower, continuously developing green belt development through water scarce area, all ISO certification, the latest version, awards, Green Award, Best Environmental, Green Tech, Apex, 4-star and 5-star. And first plant got a 5S award also. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for your presentation.
Yeah.
So if there are any questions, Mr. Tiwari, if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sir, you have a ACC auxiliary condensate cooling system is a air basis, air cooled condenser is there, sir.
Yeah. We are having air cooled condenser.
That's why the auxiliary water consumption is very, very less. Okay, we understand.
Yeah, that is correct. But actually, we are having water cooled condenser plant also. We are converting into now air cooled condensers. All plants.
Okay. It's a commercial. Our plant is a commercial 1200 megawatt power plant. ID based CT basis is there. ID draft is there. So it's not comparable. Actually, we have a 1200 megawatt. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, it is a bigger power plant. You cannot go to air cooled condenser, but you can convert it to 50 megawatts. You can convert it into ACC cooling tower.
It is not possible actually, sir.
Okay. Okay, but if we are in different category, you are in different category.
I have the auxiliary cooling condenser and main condenser is very big actually, sir. This is the reason we have the operation rate is 1500 ton per hour actually. So ACC,
okay, what is your concept?
ACC is not commandable. Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm just checking at this point in time, we do not have any more questions. So we will wrap up this session here. And I would like to thank both of you at Ramco Cements and Mr. Vijay Tiwari for joining us and giving us this presentation today. Big thank you to both of you for your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
So we are going to take a 5-minute break, and we will come back with a generator's perspective, understanding from them how things work in real life. So stay with us. We'll be back in another